Have you ever wondered where it all began? Not just the pyramids and pharaohs, but the very first spark of human genius. The first time someone counted, the first time someone built something to last for generations. For a long time, the story, we were told, started in places like Mesopotamia or ancient Greece. But what if I told you the real story, the deepest story of human civilization, has its roots buried deep in the African soil? Forget what you think you know. Today, we're going on a journey back in time, tens of thousands of years, to uncover the incredible, often overlooked story of Africa as the true cradle of human innovation. We're talking about the world's first mathematicians, astronomers, and engineers. This isn't just Black history, it's everyone's history. And it's a story that will change the way you see the world. Let's start with something we all use every day: numbers. Where did math come from? For the answer, we travel to the border of modern-day Uganda and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Here, in the 1950s, a Belgian geologist discovered a small, unassuming piece of bone. This was the Ishango bone. At first glance, it just looks like a tool handle with some notches carved into it. But when scientists looked closer, they found something astonishing. The markings weren't random. They were grouped in patterns that suggested a sophisticated understanding of mathematics. We're talking about prime numbers, duplication, and base counting systems. And the age of this bone? A staggering 20,000 years old. That's more than twice as old as the civilizations of Sumer and Egypt, which are often credited with inventing mathematics. This tiny bone is a powerful testament to the advanced intellectual life of ancient Africans, proving that long before anyone else, they were not just surviving, they were thinking, calculating, and recording complex information. It was the dawn of data, the world's oldest calculator, found not in a grand temple, but in the heart of Africa. But the genius didn't stop with numbers. Let's journey south to the Lebombo Mountains of Eswatini. Here, another incredible artifact was found, the Lebombo Bone. This one is even older, dating back around 43,000 years. Carved from the fibula of a baboon, it has 29 distinct notches. What could this mean? Many researchers believe it's the world's oldest known astronomical or lunar calendar. The 29 notches closely match the number of days in a lunar cycle. Imagine that. 43,000 years ago, ancient hunter-gatherers were looking up at the sky, tracking the phases of the moon, and recording their observations. This wasn't just for curiosity. A lunar calendar would have been essential for predicting seasonal changes, tracking migration patterns of animals, and understanding the natural world. It was a tool for survival, yes, but also a profound expression of humanity's desire to understand its place in the cosmos. These early Africans were the world's first astronomers, laying the groundwork for a science that would captivate humanity for millennia. These discoveries are incredible, but they are just the tip of the iceberg. As we move closer in time, the evidence for advanced civilization in Africa becomes even more overwhelming. Long before the first pyramids were built in Giza, other monumental structures were rising from the African landscape. Let's talk about Nabta Playa. Located in the Nubian desert of southern Egypt, this site is now a barren wasteland. But around 11,000 to 6,000 years ago, it was a lush savanna home to a thriving community. Archaeologists there have unearthed the remains of a sophisticated proto-city. We see organized villages with deep wells for water and evidence of domesticated cattle, centuries before it happened anywhere else. Most incredibly, they found a complex bone circle. Often called the world's oldest known astronomical observatory, this circle of stones, some 9 feet high, aligns with the summer solstice and key constellations like Orion. We're talking about a structure built 2,000 years before Stonehenge. These people weren't just farmers. They were engineers and astronomers building complex structures to map the heavens and likely to guide their spiritual and ceremonial lives. Nabta Playa shows us that the social and technological foundations for the great Egyptian civilization were being laid deep in the south by these early cattle-herding astronomers of the Nubian desert. And this legacy of knowledge and innovation flows directly into the civilizations that followed. When we think of ancient Egypt, or Kemet as its people called it, we often focus on the grand monuments. But behind the Sphinx and the pyramids was an engine of incredible scientific and intellectual achievement, all built on these earlier African foundations. The Egyptians developed a formal system of mathematics, evident in texts like the Rhind Papyrus, which details complex problems in algebra, geometry, and trigonometry. They needed this math to design their massive temples and pyramids with breathtaking precision. Their medical knowledge was legendary. The Edwin Smith Papyrus, one of the oldest surviving medical documents in history, shows a rational, scientific approach to medicine. It describes 48 cases of traumatic injury, detailing examination, diagnosis, and treatment. It discusses sutures, splints, and even brain surgery. This wasn't magic or superstition. It was science practiced thousands of years ago. They mapped the stars to create a 365-day calendar, the basis for the one we use today. They mastered chemistry to create cosmetics, pigments, and the complex art of mummification. This was a civilization at the zenith of its power, a beacon of learning and innovation for the entire ancient world, and it was fundamentally, unapologetically African. But Egypt wasn't alone. To its south lay the powerful kingdom of Kush, in what is now Sudan. For centuries, Kush was a major rival, and at times, ruler of Egypt itself. The Kushites were masters of industry. The city of Meroe became one of the most important centers for ironworking in the ancient world. Their furnaces burned so high and for so long that even today you can find vast mounds of slag, the waste product of iron smelting. This industrial power made them wealthy and formidable. They developed their own unique system of writing, the Meroitic script, which we are still working to fully decipher today. They built their own style of pyramids, over 200 of them, more than in all of Egypt, that stand today as a testament to their power, their wealth, and their unique cultural identity. The story of Kush shows that the flame of civilization in Africa was not a single bonfire in Egypt, but a network of vibrant, powerful, and innovative cultures stretching across the continent. Further west, the evidence continues. In Nigeria, the Nok culture, which flourished from around 1500 BC, produced stunning terracotta sculptures that are among the oldest and most artistically significant in all of sub-Saharan Africa. These sculptures show a society with complex social structures and a deep artistic tradition. They were also among the earliest iron smelting societies in West Africa, developing this technology independently. To the east, in the highlands of Ethiopia, the kingdom of Aksum emerged as a major naval and trading power, connecting the Roman Empire with the distant riches of India. They built towering stelae, single stone obelisks carved with incredible precision, and they developed their own written language, Ge'ez. Aksum was one of the first empires in the world to officially adopt Christianity. From the southern tip of the continent, with the ancient San people leaving behind tens of thousands of rock art paintings depicting their complex spiritual world, to the great trading empires of West Africa like Ghana and Mali. The story is the same, a story of constant innovation, deep cultural richness, and sophisticated societies. So why isn't this history more widely known? Why have these foundational African contributions been so often ignored or minimized? The reasons are complex and deeply rooted in centuries of prejudice, and the transatlantic slave trade, which sought to justify itself by dehumanizing African people and erasing their history. For a long time, the prevailing view was that Africa had no history or civilization before the arrival of Europeans. We have now seen with indisputable evidence that this is one of the greatest lies ever told. The artifacts, the structures, and the science speak for themselves. The story of humanity is a global one, but its first, and arguably most important, chapters were written on the African continent. From the first mathematical notations on the Ishango Bone to the towering pyramids of Kush, Africa was not a passive recipient of civilization, it was the source. Recognizing this isn't about diminishing the achievements of other cultures. It's about giving credit where it's due and completing the story of us all. It's about understanding that the human journey towards knowledge, art, and science began long ago, in the very place where humanity itself was born. So the next time you look at the stars, solve a math problem, or simply marvel at a great piece of engineering, remember the ancient Africans who paved the way. Remember the astronomers of Nabta Playa, the mathematicians of Ishango, and the builders of Meroe. Their legacy is all on us. It's a legacy of brilliance, resilience, and ingenuity that deserves to be celebrated and shared. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. If this story opened your eyes, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives into the histories you were never taught in school. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this story. Let's work together to bring this amazing history out of the shadows and into the light. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.